All right. So we're doing a research stream. So today's research stream is based off some pictures that have been sent to me through email. And the question is, are the Matthews being watched by some type of computer interface? I'm not going to reveal who sent these, but the idea is season one, episode, I guess 1 or 2. There's some type of there's something on the windshield that has led someone to possibly believe, to believe that there's a computer interface or some type of virtual reality or something. I guess this is supposed to be glasses or something. We'll look at the actual episode because it's possible, especially because we see kind of like this grainy texture right here on this picture, that it could be the person's computer screen, TV, or phone. Just kind of looking at it as far as the guess, I'm thinking that somebody was watching from on their television, and their television may be a plasma, maybe it's an LCD. So it's either a plasma or an LCD, and while looking at it, they may see these wavy lines on their TV, and that may have had them be led to the possibility that there's some type of interface right here. So it may be something dealing with their TV, whether it's plasma or LCD, and then when taking a picture of it with their phone, their television, it just kind of has the wavy lines. So the first thing that I thought about when I was sent this picture was, oh well, these wavy lines is probably the person's TV. And it may be that whether it's LCD or plasma, that your TV is unfortunately not really helpful in giving you clear picture when it comes to the show. Then it also could be that maybe their internet provider doesn't give them 4K, or maybe their TV doesn't allow them to see high definition or higher than high definition, like 10, I think it's 1080p. So right off the bat, I'm thinking it's more like a TV issue or something, but we don't know. So we'll look at the actual episode, because when I watch it on a computer. I've watched it on my cell phone and have not had any problems, but I've never done it with a TV. So that's what I'm thinking right off the bat, is maybe there's something with the TV. And if, let's just say we watch the episode, and I'm going to pull it up in a minute because it's like right here. And it's behind this email that I have up. When looking at the episode using a computer, if we don't see anything, then unfortunately this person's TV is going to give them a lot of problems when it comes to the show, because they could see something on their TV or on their computer monitor or laptop screen, whether it's LCD or plasma, whatever. They can see things that may not necessarily be there. So we'll see. So this is the first picture they sent, and again, when I saw the picture coming in email, when I saw these wavy lines, I'm like, okay, is this because they took a picture of it using their phone, or maybe they have maybe it's a computer monitor or television, LCD or plasma that has the issue, and then when scrolling down, it's the same thing. When this is them zooming in, and to me, those are just trees in the distance, but the camera used in production, because it's focused on the Matthews, what's beyond the windshield is going to be blurry because the focus is on the foreground. So more of not being able to understand what's being looked at, and I mean that looks like trees. So we'll compare it. So the main thing to remember is this is Julie's foot right here. So Julie's going to be on the left side behind Jim, and then this is Tabitha Ethan is on the right somewhere. So we'll look at the shot with Julie's foot, and if it looks clear, I'm gonna just message back and be like, "Hey, I think it's your TV." And then there's some more stuff dealing with a disco ball, and this is when Tilly was killed. So there's a disco ball there. So we'll look for that scene as far as the disco ball. So that's the engagement for today as far as what we're wanting to look at. And I think a deliverable is just, what do you see, if anything? I really don't think From at any point in time was dealing with any type of virtual reality stuff, but there's people who have a belief that it's a virtual reality thing or a simulation or whatever, and there's an argument for that. It's just not really a strong argument. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the research streams. We got Michelle Williams here and West of Westeros. Got Mita, and also we have Jessica. So hello. All right. So, and let me know if you hear any humming in the background. I got the air conditioning going. Normally, I don't have the air conditioning going or a fan because I want the audio to be clear. So if you hear something in the background, let me know. I'll watch on the playback either way. So we're looking for the part where it's got Julie's foot up there. So what's going on, Ange Peach? So Robert Miller says, a computer simulation like the Matrix or a brain in a vat. I think either one. Because the Matrix, the Matrix is kind of a simulation. It's more like a virtual world. But I imagine that a simulation would be similar to like a flight simulator that Microsoft has for like flying planes and whatnot. So Red Star 24, welcome. Remember to like the stream, even those in the clouds. Yes, please and thank you. All right, so this is Julie tormenting Ethan. And so okay, this is Julie's foot. This is Julie. She has already, I think we passed the scene. Yeah, because Julie basically is here tormenting, and then now she's gonna sit down and we're gonna see her foot. Or I thought we were. Okay, that's the foot right there. So what we were sent was a zoomed in image, probably right here. So as you can see, all right. So the question is this right here some type of indication of a computer simulation or virtual reality or whatever? I'll say this much. We have to kind of take into consideration it's a television show, and there's a production crew that's there filming them. So this is the foreground. This right here, and Julie's foot's being picked up. This is the foreground in front of us. And so the background would be the windshield. So that's why it's out of focus. So in my opinion, what we see beyond this in the background that's blurry is just highway. And if there is a camera or anything, it's more than likely reflected off of the production crew who's filming the scene, obviously behind where Ethan is. It may be one or two people, maybe even three, that's shooting this. But anything, we can't really see what that is, but anything, in my opinion, reflected off of the window is just a reflection of the production crew. And I think if there was some type of simulator or something that would be the windshield, or some type of like virtual reality thing or whatever, I think the show would have given us a close-up shot to see this clearly, because there's no way to make out whatever is in front of Jim, and I think it's just highway. Now it's possible, it is possible that the RV could be on a platform and being driven around, so the actors are not actually driving, because usually when it comes to driving shots, they put a vehicle on a platform and someone's driving it. That way the actors can act like they're driving and do their lines and do their non-verbal acting and all that. So I think I'm going to unfortunately say that I don't think there's any type of virtual reality in the scene or any type of simulation. And if we do see something, it's more than likely the production crew, which is behind Ethan, that's giving us Tabitha and Ethan in this initial shot. So Ange Peach says, it's the secret that is in the beginning. They don't want to make it obvious. Well, I mean, when you think about it, okay. It just looks like trees out there. And whatever is reflected in the windshield may also be Jim. So, So Michelle says, another content creator suggested there are always spiders crawling around in the background. Some of these so you know what? So let's just say hypothetically there are spiders in the background. If that content creator did not put it on the screen and show you spiders, they may be saying something just to sell videos. We got to also, unfortunately, take that into consideration that myself included, we're all trying to sell videos, but with my content, I don't have to just make up something. I can just show it to you and be like, yeah, XYZ is here, and I got the whole red thing going. I could change the color of the circle. But if someone just says something is going on and they don't show you, it's more than likely they're just telling you something to make you want to watch their videos. So to respond to what Michelle Williams is saying, if that content creator did not show you spiders always crawling around in the background, I would call BS. So Ange Peach says, I saw that. I saw the spider crawling on the house. Okay. So that could have been the reflection, not reflection, but that could have been like the shadow of a tree on a house. So if it's equivalent to computer interface, like what was said, maybe allegedly here, if it's that type of thing where you look at something and you can't see it clearly, I would call BS, because right now in this shot, this is the normal shot of this episode, for example. This is the normal shot. No zoom in, a normal shot. This could be anything. I could say, well, I think it's a person right here walking. Or I could say, you know what? I think I see a plane right here. If somebody cannot clearly identify something, it's equivalent to laying on the ground, looking up at the clouds and saying, you know what? That cloud looks like an apple, but it's unclear. So that's kind of how I look at it, where it's like, people can see what they want to see, but the same way how it's not clear. And this is season 1, y'all. This is not like season 3. This is season 1. So when the boy in white told Christopher the answers to the end are at the beginning, and I think it's kind of a consensus that was applicable to that cycle, I think going to the beginning of the series to look for stuff, I think certain things may be applicable to the 4th season that are shown in the 1st season. But when the episode first comes on, they do a pretty good job of showing a montage of scenes that are applicable to the episode we're about to watch. So I think, I think it's safe to say, like Ace Clay says, people are saying apparently there's been spiders in the background forever. Well, if we can't clearly see spiders in the background, if we cannot clearly see spiders in the background, or there's not anyone showing an episode's background, not a picture, but a clip to show spiders in the background, I would call BS. So House of Mystic says, I wear my sunglasses at night. It's actually daytime here in Nevada. It gets dark around 8 p.m. So Michelle says, spiders from the beginning. She showed a couple of scenes, but she insinuated that once you look for them in the scenes, you can't unsee them. Well, okay, so she showed a couple of scenes. You know what? I would want to get a link for a video where someone shows an episode and there's spiders in the background and we can look and tell. And it needs to be clear, like how this is clear right here. Like it's clear with this. And also we have to take into consideration that I'm going to compare what someone else has in their video to the actual episode. So you see how I'm pushing play? I just push play. This is the actual episode. So if you all send me a picture or a clip or something, I'm going to the actual episode. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. The same thing I'm doing with this right here. I'm going to compare the actual episode to like a picture or someone's YouTube video or something. I'm going to say, so, okay, so here's the comparison. This is what I'm saying. Because the many videos that I've watched, it's been like how I'm about to describe it now. Okay, you see how this is the same? So what I'm showing you, and I'm not going to reveal who sent this. So what I'm showing you is the same exact scene, right? Same exact scene. What I'm going to do is if someone sends me a screenshot or a clip or a YouTube video of someone saying, hey, something's in the background, I'm going to get the actual episode and compare it to what is sent. So you see how you can say, well, maybe these two right here are glasses, but this could also be a reflection from the dashboard. That this could also be what is in the horizon as Jim or the RV is being driven around. So I'm not saying that people are wrong, because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I don't really believe in wrong answers or bad theories. I do. Basically, it's bad data in, bad data out. So you see how, okay, so we know that what's up there is not the horizon because the episode's moving. So now the next thing is, could it be something on the dashboard? Because it appears that something is on the dashboard and that's what's being seen. So you all can see kind of like how I'm moving the frame forward and backward. Whatever this is not moving. So now is the RV dirty? Is the windshield dirty? Is there something on the dashboard? what is this right here that is not moving as the RV is moving? And it could be dirt. Or it could be something on the dashboard. There's no way to really know what it is. It does look a little bit clear, as if it's a reflection. So if the spiders are like that, where it's not clear, and it could be anything, I'm just like, hey, more power to whoever said it's this or that. But I like stuff to be clear, where I can look and be like, oh, okay, I can see, X, Y, Z, and compare it to this over here. So I'm not saying that as far as who sent me this picture is right or wrong, or it's a bad idea or bad theory. All I'm saying is I've looked for myself in the actual episode, and I cannot come to the conclusion that there's something there of significance. That's fair, right? Isn't that fair? Okay, so Jessica says, I sent you the video about spiders being in every episode. Okay, let's take a look. So I'm going to close this one down. We may look at the disco ball. Well, no, you know what? I tell you what. So next is the disco ball in the episode of when Tilly was killed. So now we're looking for disco balls in that in the episode. So I'm gonna close this down. Let's see. So that was season 3 when Kelly was killed. So I think she was killed in These Fragile Lives. Let me see. And this is after Tilly's already dead. How long have these
cravings been going on for?
So this is after okay, so Tilly was killed in episode 7, so we're looking at episode 8 when they're talking about her body. And Boyd goes back and he does their whole cover up. Okay, so right here. Boyd up here, Boyd is acting like he knows nothing about what they're talking about. So that's Tilly right there. All right, so basically it's after Donna comes. No, is it? So maybe it's before Donna comes in. But basically it's this scene. All right, so nothing. Boy talking to Kenny. Okay. So there is a disco ball right here. Did they mention why there's a disco ball? Is this supposed to be that it's a simulation? Let me see. Okay, so I see a group of people watching them. Some have on white lab coats. So we see the disco ball. So House of Mystic says someone thought there were people in the disco ball, but it is Boyd and Donna's reflection. so the dis so I mean, yeah, it is a disco ball. It is a disco ball, so I agree on that. But House of Mystic says it's Donna and Boyd's reflection. I mean, that would make sense. So, to be fair, let's see, when did disco go out of style? Because not everybody may have been in an establishment with a disco ball. When did disco die? Okay, so the most famous turning point was 1912, 1979, during Disco Demolition Night at Chicago's Comiskey Park, where a massive crowd of rock fans rioted after blowing up a crate of disco records. So the Disco Sucks movement was largely driven by a segment of rock fans and radio stations. Scholars note that this movement also fueled by underlying racism, homophobia, and the backlash against the Black, Latino, LGBTQ plus roots of the genre. Okay, so people started hating disco. So anyone who I guess was born after 1980, well, that was an adult after 1980, may have never been in an establishment that had disco balls where they would know, oh yeah, there's going to be a reflection by people in the area for the disco ball. But the disco ball is there. So I guess the idea is people in lab coats in the disco ball, in my opinion, I have to concur with House of Mystics that it's just a reflection and not anything anything but that. I mean, I have it. So when pulling it up, yeah, what was sent to me seems to be the same thing that we see on the screen, where it's a reflection. And I agree with House of Mystics that I think it's just a reflection of the people in the greenhouse that's reflected off of the disco ball, and that's pretty much it. But there is a disco ball. So there is a disco ball, but as far as thinking that the disco ball is really some type of I guess an aerial mirror system where they can see you and you can see them, like a mirror where you both can see each other or whatever, I'm going to say I don't think so, and it's just a disco ball with stuff reflecting out of it. So that's just, and again, I could be wrong. It may be people inside the disco ball. And that's pretty much it for as far as the email that I've been sent, at least one of them. So it could be people inside the disco ball. I just think that, in my opinion, case is closed as far as what I believe. All right, so I also have pics to support your theory that Boyd met Martin in the future. When Boyd and Jade are talking to Colony House, there is a mirror behind Boyd that is supposed to be reflecting him. While it does move when Boyd moves, if you look, that is not Boyd. I think it's Martin. Okay, so I think Martin was Boyd in an earlier timeline. Look at the hairline. So, Harold, your hairline is being roasted on the show. So if you're watching this, this is not me roasting you. This is not me roasting you. You got to get that hairline fixed. All right, so it's supposed to be a reflection of Martin. This is what I can see on my end. So we're gonna go to season 4 and look at when Boyd and Jade are talking to the Colony House, and we're going to look at the mirror and see what we find, or see what we see. All right, so so Starscream Man 217 says, kind of Jim looking for someone coming to get him made me think he'd escaped from like the staging area and wasn't supposed to have gone on the show. Yeah. As if it's like Broadway, and he done ran out on the stage, and now he's doing lines, and the people who were supposed to be securing the stage area didn't do it. So Ace Clay says, got to get that hairline fixed. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you see, mine's all the way up here. So it happens. It happens. So Red Star 24, maybe it's the lights that are listening, like Stranger Things, just more magic instead of government. Yeah. All right. So Ace Clay, they're reaching. Well, yeah, there's a lot of reaching. We'll look into it. If you all send me something and it's something to explore and crack jokes about, we'll do it. All right, so we're looking for the hairline of season 4, the scene with Jade and Boyd talking to Colony House. I know a lot of people's hearts were broken when they heard the answer to when Bacta asked, are all of us reincarnated? Matter of fact, let me play it. So it's best laid plans. when the character Bacta asked that question and Jade was like, no, I think it's just Tabitha and I. Oh man, people were probably like, you know what? I'm still going to believe. That's just like there's people who believe that Tabitha is a reincarnation of Christopher and Jade is a reincarnation of Miranda. There's people who believe that, and there's also people who believe that there's aliens, that From is about aliens. Even though we're going into like the end of season 4, we're waiting on episode 8, y'all. So I guess aliens are going to come at the last minute, the same way the New York Knicks at the last minute came from behind and won last night. It's possible. It's possible to come at the last minute and save the day.
If you and Tabitha were here before, does that mean were we all here before?
No.
Oh! Yeah. At this point, in my opinion, at this point, if you're still like, even though they said that in the show, even though Tabitha said, I was Miranda, Jade was Christopher, I'm going to still be in denial. May the force be with you.
What is wrong with you? Is it just physically impossible for you not to be at for longer than 10 minutes?
Great, you're yelling at me again.
Yeah. Jade up here making people upset. Jade is making people upset.
What am I supposed to be? Huh? Am I supposed to myself? Oh, you can't get in here because there's a rock in the window!
Right. It's a rock in the window and also a theory down the drain, in my opinion. In my opinion. So Michelle says, Jay doesn't know everything about this place. If he did, they would be home already. Oh, Michelle is throwing shots. Jade, she said, if you knew everything, there would be no more show left. Wow.
So you understand? So you understand?
Yeah, Jade, say that you understand. Okay, so House of Mystics, did you all discuss the disappearing and reappearing man between Acosta and Marielle? That may be a production thing. Okay, so all right, so between Marielle and Acosta. So I'm assuming it's this scene. So here's Marielle. Okay, now we're working. Here is Marielle, and here's Acosta. So I guess this guy is going to disappear. Let's just, okay. Let's see if he disappears. Okay, so also this is the hairline thing. Let me make this smaller so we can see it. Okay, so first, well, the next order of business is we're looking at this mirror and we're looking for Martin to manifest or something to manifest behind Boyd. All right, so I think we're at the shot. All right, so this is what was sent to me. So I guess we're looking for this right here. This is supposed to be Martin's head. We're looking for Martin's head. Right there.
Oh man, you guys got jokes. Everybody got jokes tonight, dog.
We're looking. Okay, that is the theory is that this is Martin's head right here. What do y'all this is so I had to laugh because Martin's head right here. I'm assuming this is the head right here. All right, so y'all ready? So Mita says I sent a screenshot to Discord of Martin's head. So Mita has sent Martin's head to Discord. Matter of fact, okay, so I'm just kind of curious as to what Mita sent. I'm just curious. Is it Martin's head? So I have no idea what this is. Y'all, what is this? I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's Martin's head? This was 11:53 a.m. though. Maybe this is not what Mita was meaning to send. Let me. It, so it's a lot. Okay. No, it's a lot going on with the Discord. It, okay, so Amanda says I sent out invites to the new From Discord. Okay. So is that what you meant to send, Mita? Is that what it was? I'm gonna just say maybe it was. Oh, so Mita says I sent a screenshot to Discord. That was a picture. I mean a GIF. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. Discord's a lot, y'all. Discord's a lot. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's a lot going on in Discord. I don't know if Mita. I don't know. So Mita, if you sent something to Discord, all I see is the GIF. All right, we're done with we're done with Discord for right now because Mita sent a GIF of them dancing, and I don't know if that was what she was talking about. Maybe she was saying to somebody else. Okay, so Amanda says the Discord has threads to post different things, photos, artwork, chat. So Mita's asking Amanda about her vacuum cleaner. What? See, it's a lot going on with the chat. It's a lot going on with the chat, y'all. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
Have you ever wondered if maybe this is all just a dream?
Okay, so Amanda says to keep it organized, there are threads and folders. So I'm tracking what's going on. I just don't know if Mita was talking about sending me something or if she sent everyone something in Discord. Anyway, we're gonna get back to the research. I don't know. I didn't know if she was talking about she sent a picture of Martin in this mirror. I don't know, but so I guess this is supposed to be Martin right here in the picture. Now, when going to the actual episode, I mean, what? I don't know what to say, y'all. Okay, you know what? That's I see what happened. All right. It's basically the lighting. Okay, pay attention to this right here. All right. So y'all ready? So look at Boyd when he turns his head. He's going to look to his or our left, his right, and look at Jade. Boom. You see how as Boyd turns his head, you can see this head right here. I think it's Boyd and not Martin. Yeah, it's Boyd. That's all it was. It's because the camera is right here looking at Boyd, and as Boyd turns his head, the light is reflected off of his head, and we see it in the mirror. So, unfortunately, I don't think Martin is in the scene. Was he supposed to be in the scene? Let me look. Yeah, so while it does move when Boyd moves, if you look, that is not Boyd. That's definitely Boyd. Because, can I just keep it real with you all? I'm going to keep it real with you all. That definitely looks like African American as far as what we're looking at. That's what it looks like to me. This is definitely not anyone who would be considered. Yeah, that's definitely melanin right there. This is melanin, definitely not Martin. So I'm not trying to Martin the situation, but I'm just bringing it up for context. So I'm only bringing this up for context, not to say, you know, Fatima's Martin moment or anything, but looking at the top of, this is supposed to be the top of Martin's actual head, and look at that color of that head, and then look at the color right here. Yeah, that's definitely Boyd. So, case closed on that. Let's see what else. So when it does move, so while it does move, when Boyd moves, if you look, that is not Boyd. I think it's Martin. I think Martin was Boyd in an earlier timeline. Look at the hairline. All right, let's look at the hairline. And I'm only laughing just because of the whole hairline, because the reflection in the mirror has melanin, which is like associated with people being black. And it's just I'm not laughing at who sent it to me or anything. It's just the theory, the basis of the theory is Boyd's hairline. Oh, Harold. It's not a good day for you, sir. So the basis of this theory is that Boyd's hairline looks like Martin in the dungeon. I don't think that's a fair thing to say, but that's the basis of the theory. Oh my God. You know what? Based off of the hairline, and the hairline's always going to be in the front. Based off the hairline, Jade could be Martin too. And also, I am Martin. We all have the hairline that is struggling. We are all struggling, and that means we are all Martin. You know what? This is the second time this week that we've all been Martin, struggling with the hairline. I mean, imagine you minding your own business and then someone tells you, sir, I think you are a guy named Martin because hairline is struggling. And you thinking you hot stuff, getting ready for the weekend, and you are Martin because of the struggle hairline. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're all Martin. We are all Martin. Yeah, we all are up here struggling. Yeah. Yep, I think I'm Martin too. Damn. It's not looking too good.
It's the strangest thought, but I just can't shake it. We're trapped in a town we can't escape from, surrounded by monsters that come from the forest at night. None of it feels real, does it? Have you ever wondered if maybe this is all just a dream?
I think it is a dream, Sophia. I think it is a dream. Yeah. So we're all Martin. So Julie's, oh my God. Yo, someone made an account called Julie's Wig.
Really?
You know what? Someone made an account called Julie's Wig. Oh my God. So HP says maybe it's Fatima. It might be. Julie's Wig, welcome to the chat. It's official. It is official. As soon as I put up the Martin, here comes Julie's Wig taking over the chat. Wow.
Those are the wrong questions.
The right question is, how did you make it here? Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I gotta find one more because, wow. You think you're doing good, and all of a sudden, because of the hairline, now you're Martin. Yeah, so yeah. There it is. There it is. There it is, y'all. So, I don't know. I think we're all Martin. We're all struggling. Julie's Wig is a giant spider. I agree. It is. It is the spider that everybody's been talking about in the background of every scene.
Do you make funny noises?
Julie's Wig is Martin, right? It is. Wow. So, yeah, that was the theory. Is that, I mean, even in the screenshot somebody sent me, it even has melanin. But the basis of the theory is that not having a hairline that I guess makes you not look like Martin. So if your hairline is struggling or your hairline is starting to go back, you are Martin. That is the basis of this theory. Like, no kidding. No kidding. I'm gonna show you all. I'm gonna show it to you all. You all might be like, Spade, you tripping. I think I am tripping because that's what the basis of this theory is. All right, so here it is. This is the theory. I'm going to take Martin down. So the basis of this theory is, it says it right here. For those of you all who don't believe me. I also have pics to support your theory that Boyd met Martin in the future. Okay. When Boyd and Jade are talking to Colony House, there is a mirror behind Boyd. We just saw it. That is supposed to be reflecting him. It definitely is reflecting him. While it does move when Boyd moves, if you look, that is not Boyd. I think it's Martin. I think Martin was Boyd in an earlier timeline. Look at the hairline. So right there, the hairline means Martin. There it is. So Boyd's hairline makes him Martin. So you all don't think I'm tripping. I get emails all the time, and sometimes I'm just like, what's going on? So, Mita, you're missing a hairline. Guess what? You are Martin. Well, no, hold on. Actually, you know what? Does that count as a hairline, though? Is she beating us? What?
I think you have a problem, Kenny.
I think that's a hair. I mean, that kind of counts as a hairline because it's a line and it goes where the hair is. Because you see the hair underneath the. You all do see the hair right here, right? It's not eyebrow or anything. Maybe it is eyebrow, but yeah, Mita's got a technical. I guess it's kind of a hairline or a skin. Either way, Mita is now Martin for real because the hairline is the basis of the theory. That's what we're doing.
He made such funny noises.
Yeah. Martin is the man in yellow. Wow. Is the man in yellow also missing a hair? Let me go pull up the man in yellow. Is his hairline struggling too? Let me look. Oh, wait a minute, sir. Sir. No. The man in yellow is also Martin. Yo. It's not looking too good. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Emotional damage.
Yo. This theory is a beast. This is a beast theory. If the hairline makes you Martin, no one is safe. Wow. Yo. Nobody is safe.
Wow.
Yo. See, Ace Clay says, my blood is your blood. Yeah, that's the way it's looking. Maybe everyone is Martin. I'm thinking everyone is Martin. Yo.
Wow.
I don't know what to tell you. But shout out to Julie's wig coming in. That account's a trip. That account is a trip. When I saw that, I was like, is this for real? Yeah, and it is for real. Yeah, Julie's wig is gone. Yep, first and last time. My wig is your wig instead of my blood is your blood. Yeah. You got it right, Jessica. That's it. My blood is your blood. My wig is your wig.
Yay!
Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's see. We in hair stream tonight. Yeah. Okay. That's enough with. So, unfortunately, I'm going to say that I think it's definitely Boyd. It may just be the settings of the TV, or maybe, yeah, I'm going to say the settings of the TV. But even in the picture that was sent, you can kind of see that it's definitely Boyd in the picture. So I just thought it was funny to bring it up because I'm like, what? What in the hairline do we have here? All right, so I addressed, yeah. So that's basically what the basis of the email was that the hairline is the thing. So we're done with the hairline. We're done with the RV. Let's see, any more from... Okay, so... Okay, this next one, I'm not gonna... There's no way to really look it up using the show. But it says, I have set pics of that I want you to analyze. I trust your skills, so maybe you can decipher if and why this has occurred. I'm calling this people from Fromville seen in the real world. Keep in mind, some are heavily made up to look different on purpose. Either it's designed to throw everyone off or designed to just look as though it's off. All the pictures were screenshot and put together by me. Nothing I said. Nothing I send is altered or AI. I will say I had someone on Facebook confirm through AI the picture of Victor, but that could be wrong. Just my. Okay, so. Okay. So. We got to have a conversation. We got to have the conversation. So I'm taking down the episode of best laid plans. I think we're done with that. Episode down. All right, there we go. So we got to have the conversation. So we have to kind of come to a conclusion that we are going to see people on the show in real life. We're going to see people on the show in real life. So, and I'm not saying this person has done this before, but people in the past have sent me stuff. And they have said, and I'm not saying that this is the person that has done this. It's actually been other people where they have actually emailed me or messaged me on Facebook, which I rarely use. And they say, hey, I saw Victor. I've seen pictures of Victor or I've seen Victor in real life. I've seen Jim in real life. I have either deleted or ignored comments like that, or emails or posts and stuff like that, because and I'm trying to have a nice way of saying this. You're going to see Victor, who's played by Scott McCord. You're going to see Scott McCord in real life. You're going to see Boyd, played by Harold. You're going to see Harold in real life. So people from Fromville seen in the real world, I think we're seeing the actors and actresses, and we have to kind of come to the conclusion that even though we all love From, and we talk about it, do content and all that, it's a television show, y'all. I have to stress this, and it's not because of this person. Like, I've kept your identity hidden, but this is not the first time that I've gotten this, and I just want to address it one time and leave it alone. You're going to see the actors and actresses in real life because they're real people, and From is a television show. So we're going to see them in the real world because they're actors and actresses on a television show. So because this is basically like pictures of the actors in real life. And there's nothing you really can do but just say, oh, well, maybe they're on another show or they're at the gas station or something. I mean, this is just actors in real life. So a part of me has always thought maybe this is just, fans just being fans. But the way stuff is worded is if we don't know we're going to see them on interviews or see them in real life, because there's no like links or caption or any information as to what shows or like what shows these people are on or where they were seen at. Not that we need that, but it's just it just kind of seems like it's characters in From in real life, and I have to kind of give the side eye, and I say, if you're really doing I've seen Victor in the real world, it may be time to touch grass, y'all. It may be time to touch grass. So David says, From is your inner world trapped from trauma. Could be. So Ainge says this is not real life, it's the episode. Okay. So here's it. So this is Scott McCord in an interview, And the only time that we've seen Scott McCord not look like this is in that one brief clip where Henry was viewing the real world, and I guess it was an alternate timeline for Victor. So this is definitely Scott McCord doing interviews, smiling and everything, because on the show while playing Victor, he looks like this. So this is not Victor. This is not Victor. These are real life. This is Victor on the show in Fromville. So you can't really say that this is from the episode when this is there's nothing on the episode as far as these two. Now you could say, well, maybe this is the episode where Tabitha went to the real world and she was in Maine. But some of this is kind of like behind the scenes. And let's say this right here. Okay, so this is Christopher when he had Jasper and Jade was going up the ladder and then Jasper yelled at him or whatever. Okay. Now you could say maybe this is Christopher in Maine when Tabitha was in Maine. Okay. I don't think so. Because there's no way this let me tell you what this picture right here is. This is, I want to start using a dating app and I want to date younger women in their 20s, maybe even their 30s. So I'm going to use AI to make this picture for the app. And then when you show up to the bar, you get me, and I'm hoping you're sympathetic and you'll let me entertain you. Yeah, I don't think these two are the same. So Creature Jock, I don't know. So I don't know. And then also I made a video where they have used background actors in more than one role on the show, such as the Civil War soldier was the actor who played the Civil War soldier, who was a version of Jade, also was one of the town people in the town. So I made a video saying that, hey, this may be some type of maybe this is some type of supernatural character who's blending in with the people in the township. Okay, cool. But I don't think that these are shots of people in the township. It's supposed to be the real world or Maine, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. So to not make anyone seem like they're crazy or anything, I could say, well, maybe they're using actors on the show and they're doing more than one role. We can agree to that. Maybe they're using more than one role. And that's that. So we'll say more than one role. I just don't really see these people being similar to main cast who are in the township. So, okay. And then like with this right here, where it's got the different Sarahs. I mean, these are all Sarah. So, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of close the case on that. So Amanda's saying there are threads like folders, so members should post photos in one and so on. That way, if you're looking for a photo, you look in the photo thread folder. I agree. But it wasn't clear if it wasn't really clear if Mita was meaning to send a picture to me or to the Fromily when we were talking about Martin in the mirror. Okay, so I think this is the video that said there is spiders in every episode, 1 minute 30 seconds. All right, let's look at it.
I've seen all the comments, and you guys are.
Oh, Jesus. The Faceless Girls. This is the one that did the crows. Let me double check. She may have been the crow, the channel that talked about crows, and Jim was going to be a crow and was going to be going in a different area or something. Let me see. Is this, because it sounds like it's the Crow Woman. And she was talking about Jim was going to be one of the crows, and it just became fan fiction. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's see. Is she the one with the crows? Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. Because it was one of the things we did on channel membership, and I was like, yeah, this is so I don't know. We'll go ahead and play the video. It's 20 minutes. So 20-minute video. She said, so Jessica says, I think this is the video that said there are spiders in every episode. 1 minute, 30 seconds in. All right, let's check it out. So even though I don't really too much like doing reactions here, we'll do a quick reaction video. We'll go ahead and do it, y'all. So the truth about From revealed. Everyone missed this, and From season 4, episode 7. Okay. So from season 4, episode 7 just dropped and nobody died. And that might be the scariest thing the season has done. So it's scary that nobody died. Okay. This channel has been called the most accurate From breakdown on YouTube. Episode 7 is why. So we just had episode 7 like this past Sunday. So for 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 5 days, this channel has become the most accurate From breakdown on YouTube. Episode 7 is why. Okay, so for like 5 days, this channel is now the most accurate From breakdown. Because what this episode is quietly doing in the backgrounds, in the visions, in the details most people completely missed, changes how you read everything that came before it. How you read everything. Okay, so we're going to be reading some stuff. In this breakdown, I go deep on every major moment, hidden detail, and confirmed theory from episode 7. What it means for the full mythology. What most people missed, and exactly where this season is heading. We're diving into spiders in the backgrounds across the entire show. What's actually watching everything in this town, and how the entity knows everything it knows. Okay. So, there's a voodoo totem, life for life, and why every gain in this place costs exactly 1 life. Okay. So spiders. Okay, let's do it.
and you guys are calling this the most accurate From channel on YouTube. And I really appreciate all those comments. And episode 7 is the episode that really earns that title, because what this episode does is not just confirm theories, it opens questions that are bigger than anything we've had before. Questions about whether the visions we've been trusting are actually reliable. Questions about whether the people in this town are who they think they are. Questions about what the entity is actually watching everything through, and a theory that is gaining so much evidence right now that I need to spend real time on it today. We're also going to talk about something that bothered me all episode. Nobody died. Roger being brought back to life but didn't really accomplish much. And I don't think that's a writing problem. I think that's the point. And when I explain why, the harvest theory, it's going to hit different. There's a lot to build out today. Let's go. I need you to go back and rewatch not only this episode, but the entire show. Spiders in the background, across the entire run of the series, on walls, in corners, across structures, spider webs all over the place. Easy to miss, thinking it's just a feature of the town, always there. Episode 7 has them again, specifically when Tabitha is talking to Julie. There's one crawling up the wall right in the shot. And once you start looking, you cannot stop seeing them everywhere. We have talked on this channel about how the entity seems to have total awareness of everything happening in the town.
Where's the spider? So Heather says, I wish she would have shown us an example of the spiders. Yeah. Because she says, let's go back. She makes a claim that there's a spider when talking to Julie and Ethan in the kitchen, right?
I'm going to talk about something that bothered me all episode. Nobody died. Roger being brought back to life but didn't really accomplish much. And I don't think that's a writing problem. I think that's the point. And when I explain why, the harvest theory, it's going to hit different. There's a lot to build out today. Let's go. I need you to go back and rewatch not only this episode, but the entire show. Spiders in the background, across the entire run of the series, on walls, in...
Okay, so House of Mystic says she means spiders are hiding in the background. Okay. Think about that phrase, hiding in the background. So if they're hiding and you know they're back there, you should see them while they're hiding. And so on her video, she's saying spiders are in the background, but we don't see anything in the background on what she's showing that has spiders in the background or spiders hiding in the background.
In corners, across structures, spider webs all over the place. Easy to miss, thinking it's just a feature of the town, always there. Episode 7 has them again, specifically when Tabitha is talking to Julie. There's one crawling up the wall right in the shot.
Where? So basically what she's doing is she's presenting a claim and making you have to go and prove her claim to be true, as opposed to showing you the spider and like circling it. Because a spider, you know, you could say is a bug, and all home, well, not all homes, but homes from time to time will have bugs. So a spider being in a home on the show might just be a bug crawling on the wall or in the corner. It could be a spider. It could be praying mantis. It could be a fly. There could be something in the shot that's not necessarily meant to be there, but it's because it's just bugs in the home. So not only did she not show us a spider web or a bug in the shot where she said there was one in, but she's moved on to the next subject and has left it to you, the viewer, to do the scavenger hunt.
And once you start looking, you cannot stop seeing them everywhere. We have talked on this channel about how the entity seems to have total awareness of everything happening in the town. For example, when Sophia could see in her mind.
Right, so Jessica is asking, is the webs hanging off the lamp? I don't know. I've never seen anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, she could have circled something, even did a zoom in, but it's just that now she's on to the next subject talking about the entity. And unfortunately, some people will hear her say there's spiders everywhere and they'll just take it as gospel and they'll repeat, oh, there's spiders everywhere. There's spider webs everywhere. And it's like, well, now it's up to us, the viewer, to do a scavenger hunt and look for spiders and spider webs over the course of like 30 plus episodes to find at least one spider. Now, we know for sure there are spiders when Jade took the mushroom trip. We also know there's spiders when Boyd and Sarah left the tent the morning of season 1, episode 10, and went to the spider's nest. So we definitely have seen spiders there. The camera made a point to zoom in and show us spiders, and we saw characters, Jade and Boyd, react to the spiders. So we know for a fact there is at least two instances of spiders on the show, and characters are reacting to the spiders. The claim is that there's spiders hidden in the background and in the background. And now she's moved on to another topic without giving us any type of example.
When everybody was revealed Jim's body, laughing as she prays over the priest. And many, many other examples of us wondering, how does the entity know this or hear this, or how does this town know this about the people?
Okay, so I'm hearing people say that they think this lamp in this style with the fringes at the bottom are spider webs. Y'all realize that this is a style of lamp, right? Because House of Mystic says that lamp also looks like spiders to me too. So it could be that because the content creator has suggested spiders and spider webs, now you have what's known as confirmation bias. So David says, spiders on the wall, flies on the wall, observing all, like the entity observes the watchers. So now we're having confirmation bias, and we're like, you know what? I want to believe there's spiders on the wall, flies on the wall, observing all, and we don't even need to see it. We just believe it's there. Because this is a style of lamp that we're seeing with these these fringe things, and we're thinking this may be spiders, or maybe this is a spider right here, or maybe it's a spider right there, or maybe it's a spider right there. Maybe it's even a spider over here, which I'm pointing to random areas where there's no spider. So Ace Clay says also, where does the electricity come from? Well, that's a different topic from the spiders.
It knew what Father Kotri buried. It knew what Abby said. It knew what all the characters are always planning before they even do it, and small things that they've said or done before this town that it simply seems to know. We speculated for a long time on this channel that maybe it was the crows. Eyes in the sky.
So Red Star 24 says, in The Boys, the sound production made the flies their sounds louder for the audience to hear, even if it was just fly season where they were filming. Bugs just exist sometimes. Yeah, they do. So David says the crows are observers as well. Crows for boy and white dog. Well, how do we know that? Is that I mean, obviously it's a theory, but what makes you come to the conclusion that the crows are observers and we only had crows come into the township one episode out of 4 seasons? As far as now I could see you saying the dogs were the observers for the boy in white because we saw the dogs walking with the boy in white. And then spiders for the man in yellow. Have we seen the man in yellow and spiders in a scene together? Flying animals, higher self, grounded animals, lower self. So Robert Miller says soul bird. So David says animal symbology in dreams. So Red Star says plenty of spider imagery and From is real. I don't know if spiders hiding is meant to be taken seriously by the audience. And Jessica is saying, just like Amanda, if I see a clown, I'm gone. They need a clown on From. You all have mentioned a fear of clowns to the point where they need to go ahead and bring a clown onto the show and get the show popping. No spiders, no monsters, no cicadas. Bring on the spiders. That's what we need. Yeah. Yeah. Because if you talk about something enough times, it will manifest itself. It will manifest itself if you keep mentioning something. All right, let's keep going. But I want to believe. So far in this live stream, even though we crack jokes and stuff, I want to believe. I just need to see something, like whatever you see or saw, I want to see it too. And so far, all I'm getting is a house of sand and fog.
Sky watching everything, reporting back. But what if it's the...
So Ange Peach says, I got the spider timestamp 14. So at the 14-minute mark, there's a spider? So I'm using this Zoom feature at the 14-minute mark. It's just stuff dealing with the show. So are we sure that there's spiders in this YouTube video at the... And now, mind you, this YouTube video is about season 4, episode 7. So there were spiders in episode 6. No, episode, I think 5. So 5 definitely had, was it 5? Whichever one Jay took the mushroom trip, there were spiders. And then season 1, episode 10, there were spiders. So when we say timestamp, so Adventurous Exile says Ange Peach is a spider and also the man in yellow. So now Ange Peach is a spider? What? Ange Peach is a spider? Yikes. Has anyone seen Face Your Dig? Didn't we see Face Your Dig in the chat somewhere? Maybe, maybe not. I saw Face Your Dig on the other channel in the comment section. I think it was yesterday. Also, Ange P says, no, I'm Martin. I got the hairline. Uh-oh. Sorry to hear that about the hairline. Bruh. Welcome to the Martin Club.
Spiders. All these little spiders everywhere, hiding in plain sight, in every room, on every wall, across every era of the show. If the entity or one final entity's true form is this giant spider, and the evidence for that has been building since season 1, Victor's drawing shows a spider descending from a ceiling into water, an underground lake that we believe will be the Lake of Tears. Jade's mushroom vision shows spiders that grow.
Well, I think the Lake of Tears was the lake at the settlement. So we're still waiting on a Lake of Tears? Oh, wow. And I still have yet to see a spider in the background or a spider hiding in the background that we could say, oh, right there, right there, right there.
Larger and deeper into the tunnels as he goes. Ethan season 1, somebody screamed because a spider came down from the ceiling. Tabitha and Victor find.
No, that was one of the monsters. I think Ethan called it a spider because he didn't know what it was. But that was a monster who came down from the top part of the RV and scared Ethan. A monster in monster form.
Water in the tunnels in season 2. Water that.
Now, here's how I will accept spiders everywhere. If Ethan calling a monster a spider, if we're saying that the monsters are a quote unquote spider, then yeah, there's spiders in every episode because there's monsters in every episode. But the monsters are monsters. I think Ethan was calling it a spider because of how it looked, and that may have been his first time seeing it since he had just got into the township.
That shouldn't be there, which we believe connects to whatever is beneath the town, possibly the Lake of Tears itself.
Okay, so episode 4-7 at 14 minutes. Okay, let's do it. So do we know what was in the scene? Because at the 14-minute mark is when Boyd is looking through the viewfinder. So Spade is the man in yellow. Yikes. So Mel Ryan says, I think the boy in white and the crows are connected. The painting where his mouth is, a crow hints at it. Feels like the man in yellow and boy in white are playing chess. Winner gets to feast on the people. So now the boy in white is feasting on people like the man in yellow. And I think Victor was also munching on people. Let's see. So research what's in Boyd's trailer. How the heck is it still so clean? And why has it never been opened that we've seen? You talking about the Rendezvous trailer? I saw that it was looking pretty spiffy. The dog also eats people? Okay. A little rabies action. So adventurous exile, don't throw me in the box though. Well, I think you're safe.
If she can help us figure out what's going on here, she stays out of the box.
So yeah, adventurous exile, if you can help us out, you'll stay out of the box. So who said that about the 14-minute? Okay, so around the 14-minute mark. I guess this is when Julie's outside. You're saying the 14-minute mark? Because that's kind of like the beginning of the episode. But we'll look at when Julie's outside. Okay, so before we get to Julie in the actual episode, let's see if Faceless gives us a shot of spiders in the background hiding. And we're not talking about when Boyd was in the forest with Sarah or Jade was going down the tunnel in the mushroom trip.
Then the spiders in the background aren't just atmosphere, they are the entity's sensory network, its eyes and its ears distributed across every inch of the town. That's how it may know everything. The web is the town, the trap that is catching everyone as they travel, and the thing at the center that has been watching everything and every move every character has made and catching them here in Fromville. Jade says something in the basement of Colony House that I want to revisit because we also said this in the last episode breakdown. If it's sealed, it's probably for the best. I want to ask the question underneath it though.
So I think all she's doing is just showing different images from the show, but it's not necessarily what she's talking about as far as narration. Because it's no point in really watching the video if she's narrating something that's not on the screen. It's just no point in just, because I mean, we got the gist of it. She believes that there's spiders in every scene or in the background of most scenes, hiding or in plain sight. And we're not going to get any images of said spiders, just different screenshots of different parts of the episode. So the web is the connection between From and the real world. Okay, well, no wrong theories, no wrong answers. But if we're saying that there's spiders hiding in the background or spiders in the background, and that is the network, where are the spiders? Now, it could be that it's just a hypothesis or a theory, and there's no actual visual for said spider or spider web. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll close down the video, and people who like the video and believe it, they can believe what they want to believe. I just am thinking that we're going to see evidence, but if it's just like talk or narration, then so be it.
Who sealed it and why? Because these red doors have been appearing all over this town.
What? Red door? We only got one red door. The red door appearing is only like one. And you could say, well, the root cellar door, that appeared after they moved the armoire, but it's only been like one red door. And now all of a sudden this red door is appearing all around town. Let me rewind this. Did she say red door or red doors? Because it's in Colony House's basement.
Of Colony House that I want to revisit because we also said this in the last episode breakdown. If it's sealed, it's probably for the best. I want to ask the question underneath it though. Who sealed it and why? Because these red doors have been appearing all over.
Yeah, she said red doors, plural. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
For this town. This is the same door that's in the shelter, the 1931 structure where Fatima gave birth. The door that's connected to the ruins when Martin and Boyd were in that vision, and he opens the door to look into the hallway that looks exactly like the hallway in Jade's visions.
But they're not popping up all over town. Like popping up all over town means like they were not there and now they're there. And this even says, when scrolling down, it says sealed doors. The sealed doors. It's only one sealed door. You know what, y'all? I'm going to play maybe 2 more minutes, and after that, people are going to believe what they want to believe, and this video is not going to show spiders or spider webs, especially in episode 7, and y'all got it.
And now this door underneath Colony House, confirmed real, and now the center of attention.
U.S.
I believe every major structure in this town has one of these access points, the same looking door connecting to a similar looking hallway, all connected to the same underground network, the tunnels where the monsters sleep, and the cave system that reaches toward the sacrifice
I can see that. I can see that being a thing.
chamber. Someone sealed these doors in prior cycles. Someone who got far enough into the tunnel system to understand it and made a deliberate decision to close all the entrances. Remember, even the one in the shelter was blocked off as well, which means prior cycle residents got further than we were led to believe, and they found something out. And they died and maybe were killed, but whatever they learned made them...
Okay, so how could they, I mean, I think it's possible they got to the door that Jade saw in his mushroom trip, but they didn't uncover the door. Boyd had to break down the, I guess, that stone wall to reveal the door. So unless during Christopher and Miranda's cycle that they sealed the door, which I doubt, they couldn't have gotten this far or further, because then the door would not be sealed. They would have the talisman stones. There would be more in the previous cycle than we're seeing right now.
Seal those doors. The show uses the phrase voodoo totem this episode.
Well, every house is connected to the tunnels. So if she would have said that the tunnels are equivalent to a spider web, I could see that. Because you go down there and you could get caught by a monster, which would be equivalent to a spider based off what Ethan said season 1. I could say that. She didn't say it.
In connection to the spears that helped kill the dolls. And that is not a throwaway line. It is a direct cultural reference to the mythology that's layered into this town, specifically now connected to the 1609 cycle. Voodoo, West African spiritual tradition. The idea that physical objects carry spiritual intention and power. That framework fits exactly what we see with these dolls. They are objects that carry something. And when they went into that lake and the man who threw them in there died, something in them was activated. But more importantly, episode 7 makes explicit what this channel has been saying for a long time. Every form of magic in this place operates on an exchange, a life for a life. Every gain demands a sacrifice in return. The show has been showing us this pattern since season 1, and we just haven't been reading it properly. Abby went mad and Boyd had to kill her. That happened at the same time Boyd was finding his footing in the town, learning how to survive, helping people, becoming the person who holds the group together. He also found the talismans, and the town took Abby as a response to what Boyd was building. Kenny's mother died at the exact same time the group was at the village and found the food by the lake, the discovery that extended everyone in the town's survival, a gain for the group, a life taken in exchange. And Jim's death is now canonically referenced as a direct exchange for what Jade and Tabitha remembered. The knowledge came and the price was Jim. Every time this place gives something, knowledge, food, survival, answers, something is taken in return. Always. The exchange is not optional. It is the operating rule of every transaction in the system. The magic works the same way. The egg Sophia used to bring Roger back already contained a growing life. The blood is the proof of that, and it provided the exchange, a life given, a life taken, a life returned. Now, here is what episode 7 confirms specifically about the talismans and the spears, and this matters. Each monster has its own specific counter. Nothing else affects it. The spears don't work on the cicadas. They don't work on the night creatures. They don't work on the man in yellow. One nightmare, one talisman for one monster, and nothing else. This tells us what it would actually take to fight back against every layer of this place. You would need a different answer for each different nightmare. And figuring out each answer would cost something, which is exactly what prior residents were doing when they made the spears and when they made the rock talismans, learning the rules and at enormous cost, and leaving what they learned for the next cycle.
Okay. So I think it's an interesting video. A little disappointed that we did not get spider or spider webs, just conversation about it. Nothing wrong with it, but we're at the 8-minute mark. And I think the narration is not going to match what's in the background, and it's a good narration. It's a good kind of thought exercise and exposition as to what's going on episode 7 and also with the series. I think it's a good watch. I unfortunately would have liked to see the spiders and or spider webs in the background or hiding in the background. Okay, cool. So if you all want to check out The Faceless Girl, the truth about From Revealed, everyone missed this, and From, well, I don't know. I think everybody kind of understands the life for a life, and knowledge comes with a cost, or knowledge comes at a cost. I think we're all on that. Only thing that I would think would be that we missed would be spiders in the background hiding, webs in the background hiding. And you could say, well, it's figuratively, as in the tunnels are figuratively a spider's web. The monsters are figuratively spiders. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. So there's that. There is that. Interesting. So yeah, we didn't get any spiders or spider webs. So Hillman 3 was literally watching this video. Peace to the family. Okay. The truth. So David says the truth shall set you free. Truth from fantasy. Okay. So I think everybody should check out The Faceless Girl and subscribe. I think it was a good narration. So I think Jessica wanted the link for Discord. So I put it in the email that was sent out, Jessica, but I can post so Mita says disco ball, witch ball. I don't know about that one. But I mean, it's possible. Okay, so this is an invite to All Things From for our Fromily. This is for not just Jessica, but anybody else who may be interested in getting that link. Pin the message. So I'm going to take a quick break. Yeah, so Jessica, unfortunately, I got to say, let's see. Well, okay, so Jessica, I mean, you did give what you said in the subject. I think this is the video that said there is spiders or there are spiders, but didn't necessarily show spiders or spider webs. So, you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it because it was just conversation about it, but not necessarily that there was going to be any deliverables. All right, let's see. As far as being able to see stuff. Because if you all been watching me for a while, I'm more of, I like to show stuff in the background and circle what I'm telling you all about so you won't, so that way you can see what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking about, versus me just simply telling you, oh yeah, there's a knight and a sword in the background. I'm going to actually circle it and show it and not just talk about it. But, you know, I see nothing wrong with just kind of talking, and, you know, people are going to believe what they want to believe, and it's all about the experience. And if people like a YouTube video, like a channel, I say more power to you. I think everybody should subscribe and support everybody, whether you like what you get or not. And I thought it was a good narration. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break. Be right back. right, we are back. Okay. So, one last thing before we move on. So, I was going to do this research stream tomorrow, but I decided to do it today because I'm not going to reveal who. I try to keep people anonymous unless they say, hey, I want you to mention me. But someone who's going to remain anonymous had asked about, I think it's Joyce84. So, not to stress anyone or alarm anyone, but if anyone has had email or contact with Joyce through Discord, let us know or ask her if she's okay. She may have not been seen in like the Fromily channels or comment sections for a while, and people are thinking of her. That's all. So no alarm, nothing crazy. Just people are thinking of her and just want to know that she's okay. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. It's like 40 of us in here. So if people talk to Joyce, I think it's like Joyce, I forgot maybe Joyce84. But if people have talked to Joyce in Discord and or through email, just let her know people are okay. Just let her know that people are thinking of her, and if you make contact, cool. If you see her in another comment section or something, hey, people are thinking about you. Are you okay? If she says, yes or whatever, that's the end of that. If people don't hear from her, then we'll kind of go from there. So it's just kind of like just being concerned, especially because I understand that you all may go to other channels, and that's of course okay. Not handcuffing you, but if you all see her here or somewhere else, anyone else's channel, just let it be known, hey, people are thinking about you and just want to know you're okay. So if she says something like, I'm done with Spade Parkland, forget him, I no longer want to talk to him, that's okay. That's okay. It's just reach out and just make sure everything's okay, since people are inquiring on how she's doing.
So you playing your whole weird, creepy mystery man routine, it's not exactly helping me feel any better. When did he start seeing the symbol? I don't know. What does it mean? I don't know. What the do you know?
What do you know, Joyce? What do you know?
This is my home.
Right. This is your home. No, I'm just joking. Okay. So Heather says, I put that spider screen cap in the vid tab of the Discord. I threw in some big red circles to make it easier. Okay, so we got some spider love. Spider love. Now I will say this much: if you find the spider, but Faceless Girl could not find the spider, maybe you need her job.
Do you make funny noises?
Just joking. Just joking. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. All right, so I think someone asked if someone's doing okay. Okay, so I guess Captain Shriver says, what is wrong with her? Nothing is wrong with anyone. It's just, so it's kind of like when it comes to not just my channels, but the From channels or whatever, people do From content. Sometimes when there's like a comment section or a live stream, the same kind of people show up. And when talking to people, if you notice someone who normally is there is not there, and you don't see them for a couple of video streams and days, it's kind of like, well, maybe something's going on. So it's kind of like that. So for example, don't be alarmed. Do not be alarmed. I'm only using a particular name as an example. I'm not saying that this person is missing or people should put out the bat signal. But like, for example, normally we see Mike O'Sullivan, right? Normally we see Mike O'Sullivan. Mike does not have to show up to my channels or anyone else's channels. He doesn't have to. But if he normally is almost at every live and then we don't see him, people are going to be kind of concerned, like, hey, what's going on with him? Especially because this is From season, y'all. Let's be real. Every Sunday, or unless you have Amazon Prime or you watch some type of other service and you get From on a later day than Sunday, this is From season 4. This is prime time pimping. So,
Oh, okay, sure.
so everybody's going to be in the place for From content because it's From. We've been waiting for From season 4 for a while, and so for someone to not show up for From content, and it's From season 4 and it's prime time, we're in this thing. As far as the season, it is kind of concerning. It's different if, like, From episode 10 aired and there's no more episodes left till like a year later, then okay, it's understandable you won't really be around. But we're waiting on episode 8. And we're still talking about episode 7. So, yeah, and so Captain Shriver said even Julie's wig showed up. So to not see Mike Sullivan is like, well, what's going on? And that's kind of how it is. Like Julie's wig came, but not Joyce. And that's kind of like what that is. Okay, so oh my God. You know what? It's getting crazy with this whole wig gate. Julie's wig is getting crazier and crazier. This is what we're dealing with. So with the Fromily, it's theories and discussion of the show, but the main thing are the memes. So I pinned the Discord link in the chat. The main thing is the memes. The memes are the main thing that the Discord is about. Yeah. So, yeah, we are trying to help them get home. We are trying to figure this thing out. But until then, we're going to meme them to death and roast them. So, yeah. That's pretty much what we're doing when not helping them get home is to meme them to death. Yeah. So someone said that they posted some type of spider thing, I guess, in the pictures. So is this supposed to be... I had to raise my glasses on that. Raise my shades on that one. Is this supposed to be a spider right here? So it says spider. So is this supposed to be the spider? It's a video click. Okay. Okay. Okay, I took it down just to make sure it's not anything crazy, but Okay. So Heather says, "Oh, we can't see it." I'm pushing play. Okay. Here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. And this is no shade to any content creator. No shade. But Heather with 2 R's. Not 1 R, 2 R's, y'all. 2 R's. So accent on the R.
What am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to myself? Oh, you can't get in here because there's a rock in the window!
Yes. 2 R's, not 1. Heather should not be doing your job for you. So I push play. We didn't see anything. I'm sure she'll fix it and send something else. But anytime you have someone doing your job for you and presenting something to kind of save you, it's not a good look, because the video that we just saw, it was like 20 minutes long. No spiders in the video. Heather is trying to save you. She is trying to save you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, Faceless, you need to thank Heather and maybe even get her a beer if she drinks beer.
So you understand? So you understand?
Okay, so Captain Shriver with 2 R's. Yeah. 2 R's. So it's like a pirate. R. It's 2 pirates. It's not 2 pirates. It's 2 R's, like R, like a pirate.
Pick a struggle, fam. Pick a struggle.
I like it. I like it. So House of Mystic says, Tabby, the witch, is always screaming and slapping hands. Yes, she is. She is. And you know what? I like 2 R's. Did you all know, fun fact, it's actually Spade Parkland with 2 N's. There you go. I, too, have 2 letters at the end. And you know what? I might go down to the Social Security Administration and add a 3rd one. Yeah, I might add a 3rd one. And if you all add a 3rd one for yours, I'm going to do a 4th one. Do not copy me and have a 3rd one, or I will go and get a 4th. Yeah. 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 I'm going to get 4 if y'all get 3. So, so House of Mystic says R. That's a lot of R's. How many R's is that? Yo, did you put 20 R's? So now I got to get 21. I got to get 21 N's. What is this? Yo, you know what? Okay, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Who did that? Did House of Mystics use enough R's? Whoa, that's a lot of R's. Yo. That is a lot of R's there. I wonder, can I get that many N's at the end to match the R's? So Amanda says Spade is in it. Well, that's just 3 N's. Now I'm thinking about having to get, like, let me count these for real, for real. All right, let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 R's. Yo. So Amanda says, I can't type. I can't read. I thought it was 20. It's just like 14. So not that. So, okay. I don't have to get that many R's. Okay. I mean, that many N's to match the R's. Yeah. R matey can never have enough. I see. So Captain Shriver, or is it Shriver or Shriver? Am I messing your name up? You cannot have enough R's. You cannot have enough. Okay. Okay, so now House of Mystics has the R's in front of the word right. So I'm confused. Do I have to get a bunch of S's and N's to compete? Adventurous Exile, I'm not counting all those. What are we doing? I'm not counting all those. Here's one without the, I forgot I even had Discord up. All right, so here's one without the circles. Maybe it'll work better. What? What? Heather, you playing. Heather, you are playing. You're playing. What? You know what? You know what, y'all? You know what?
Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
I think at this point, let's just leave the spiders where they're at. Because you all see me clicking it, and yeah, so we're good. You know what, Heather? I believe you. You do not have to prove yourself. I believe you.
Fail.
I believe you. I believe you. So because I believe you, there's no need to keep posting in the Discord. I believe you. You're good. You're good.
Really?
Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. You good. You're good. So, yeah.
What is wrong with you? Is it just physically impossible for you not to be at for longer than 10 minutes?
Great, you're yelling at me again.
Hit the download arrow. Uh-oh. So now we got to download this thing. All right, let's see. Okay, you know what? Let me just go to the actual episode. Let's just do that. I'll just go to the actual episode for this Julie thing. Because I got it pulled up right here. So we'll go to the actual episode, no big deal. We'll just go to the actual episode. Let's just let Heather get a little rest in. All right. So let me get to the actual. Okay, so here's this part of the episode. So we're hunting for not rabbit. It's not rabbit season, it's spider season. That's what we're looking for. So everybody hunt for the spider. We're hunting for the red October, hunting for the red spider.
I think you have a problem, Kenny. I killed your father, you know. He made such funny noises. Do you make funny noises?
So does the spider make funny noises? All right, let's see. Y'all ready? All right, let's look for a spider. Okay. Okay. So we're not looking for Julie's wig. So if you all are like, are we looking for Julie's wig or looking at her wig? No. Not Julie's wig. We're looking for a spider. Okay. Huh. Okay. Is this a part of the no, let's keep going. Are y'all still there? Are y'all still there? So Adventurous Exile says, no noise is funnier than that whack hairstyle. Wow. So I hate to be the one to say it, but I think people are going to be too busy focused on, so why is Heather rolling her eyes about Julie's wig? I think people are going to be too focused on Julie's wig to pay attention to any spiders. I don't think it looks bad. Okay. We still there? So Ange Peach says 14 minutes. What? This is supposed to be the scene right here. Have y'all seen it yet? Have y'all seen it? So Ross 7388 says the part is off on her wig. You're looking at the wrong thing. You're looking at the wrong thing. You're looking for the wrong thing. We're looking for a spider in this scene. So top left behind Julie. Okay, let's rewind. So you mean when the scene first started and the camera was So are we saying that this right here is a spider? So Flea says top left, little black dot. This is supposed to be a spider right here. This is the spider. No, keep going. Well, okay. I'm like, okay. Okay. Well, keep going. It's crawling behind her on the wall. Left window. After Julie walks away. So Julie's walking away right now. bottom left when tab is on screen. So, okay, is it... Okay. So there's a spider with Tabitha and a spider with Julie. There's two spiders. So that's Victor, not a spider. Are we This is a fun game. This is better than sports. Is it? Not with Julie, just Tabitha. All right, let's go back. So Tabitha's got the... So it was Julie in the window. Right now we're doing Blue's Clues. I spy. I spy with my little eye a spider. It's really not that hard. You missed it. This isn't fun anymore. It's really not that hard. Okay. So let me redo it. I'm gonna start back. So we're looking at Tabitha. We're looking at Tabitha. Okay, so this is her. Okay, so... Well, I can't just simply play the video. I can't just simply play the video. And the reason I can't play it is because the stream might get shut down. So Ange Peach is saying it's after Julie walks away. We just saw that. So I can't just simply play the video. So Amanda says, this Spider Week is more exciting than Shark Week. I mean, I acknowledge that there's going to be bugs on the show. It's just that when we're talking about spiders hidden in the background, we've looked all through this scene. So what I'm thinking is that there's going to be spiders like we saw Boyd and Sarah in season 1, episode 10, or when Jade took the mushroom trip, like artificial spiders. If this is a real insect outdoors, so a spider is an arachnid, right? Is that an insect? Or spider? Okay, so spiders are not insects, so I'm calling it this insect. So it's an arachnid. All right, so let me do that. So Heather says, feels on purpose at this point, and I'm done. Well, I mean, okay. So Ange Peach says, it's a tiny spider crawling up the yellow pane on the house. Okay. So it's supposed to be when it's Tabitha talking to Julie. Because I'm thinking it's going to be I'm looking for an artificial spider like we saw in the mushroom trip with Jade, or Jade and Sarah in the forest. Because I don't want to just play it and then you're like, you missed it right there, right there, right there. Okay, so this is a close-up of Tabitha talking to Julie. It's supposed to be in here where we see a spider crawling up the pane. It's real. It's very tiny. Okay. Okay. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. So I think I'm good. I believe it. Right next to Tabitha crawling. Okay, it's after Julie says, I'm not okay. Okay, so let's fast forward.
Somewhere he's in one seat. What does that mean? Nothing. Julie! What? I need to know you're okay.
So after Julie responds, it's going to show Julie and not Tabitha. So it's after Julie says, it's that scene, yes. It's real, it's very tiny. So Raw 7388, I've seen it. Did anyone else think there were two fellas? What? Papa Socks, fellas? So House of Mystic says, you are really saying spying spiders. Okay. So now we got Sophia and Fellas. Oh, no, Papa Socks. It's too late to correct it. It's too late to correct it. We got Fellas. So Sophia is a mixture with the man in yellow, like a fella, like a man, like a not just a Sophia, but a fella, a fella. Wow. All right. Okay, you know what? Right here, y'all. Right here. It's a actual bug. Here's the okay. You see the actual bug right there? I believe it. But here's okay. Here's the problem with what you all have shown. It's going to be bugs on the show because they're in a place with a bunch of vegetation and insects. So you all did prove there was a bug on the home next to Tabitha. But the issue is not you all finding the bug. It's the content creator saying that there's a bug and not showing the bug. Look at everything we had to do to fix someone else's video. Are y'all with me so far? Look at everything we did to fix someone else's video who was showing scenes of season 4, episode 7, but did not bother to do what we just did and show you spiders in the background. But here's the other thing. They claimed that there were spiders in the background almost every scene, hidden. They didn't show you that. We had to hunt for a spider outdoors to fix their video. And this is only one spider. That's probably, or we don't even know if this is a spider. This could be a fly for all we know. We don't know what this is. We see something crawling up the wall. This could be a fly. This could be a gnat. This could be anything. It could even be a roach. We don't know what that is. This could actually be out there with the insects, arachnids, or whatever in the township. Right. MG McGurmick says nature has bugs. So this does not necessarily prove what she put in her YouTube video. In her YouTube video, she showed clips of the episode, but she didn't bother giving this part right here. That's the big problem I have with it. I did not doubt that there's bugs in the township or insects or arachnids in the world. I'm not doubting that. The point I was making is that you should not have to fix her video for her or to provide an example for her. What she was presenting was that you, the viewer, were going to have to hunt for this stuff. And, thank you for Heather pointing this out. But you, the viewer, are going to have to point out what she mentions. She's not going to bother doing it for you. That's like the big takeaway, is that you basically are proving her video and fixing her video, and you shouldn't have to do that. And look how small this is. We don't even know if this is even a spider. Like, it is a creepy crawly, but it's so small that I doubt that it is even supposed to be there. Because here's when we see spiders on the show. Okay. Here's when we so this is at the 10-minute mark for what I have. Okay, so take note. We found this right here, right? We found it. Okay, congratulations. We found a bug on the outside of a house. We'll probably find them on the inside of the houses as well. So what I'm thinking as far as making a video saying that there are spiders as a part of a network, I'm thinking they're going to be in the background like this. Okay, so this is Jade on the mushroom trip. Because what we just saw, we don't know what that was. We don't know what that was. This is Jade going down. Now, you can see he's swatting something away. He's reacting to something. He looks up, he sees a spider. That was a pretty big spider. That's about it. So that's what I'm thinking is gonna, if you're gonna say that something's in the background watching people and it's hidden in plain sight, I'm thinking it's going to be something where you can actually look at it and identify it as a spider and not just say, well, there's spiders in the background, when there's spiders everywhere on Earth. So that's a giant spider, but we saw small spiders in the forest with Boyd and Sarah, where we could say, oh, okay, there it is. But in the background, seeing something blurry, that's equivalent to earlier with the RV, where we see vegetation outside the windshield, and then we see an object being reflected off of the windshield. We don't know what that is. You could speculate and say it's this and it's that. It's almost like you and I are looking at the same picture and we're seeing two different things where you can't even make out that it is a thing, but you can make out that something's there. And to say, oh, you know what? Spiders, as far as a network, all around town spying on people. And then I, as the creator, am not even going to take time out to show you what I'm mentioning. You got to hunt it for yourself. You know what? You know what? You know what?
After seeing all the slop out there online about it and just people having...
Oh! Yeah. So at this point, if someone says, yeah, in the background there's fish, I'm going to say, you know what? You got it. I'm not even going to look for it because it's going to be blurry. It's going to be weird looking. And it's like, you know what? I think people kind of see what they want to see. But this definitely is something where I can say, okay, I see it too. It definitely is something. As a matter of fact, let's pull up some small ones where we can definitively say, yeah, I know what I'm looking at. It's not just some little thing that we don't know what it is. So right here, we know this is exactly what it looks like because we can see it. It's not blurry or anything like that. And you see him crawling on Boyd. So you can see it. Now, what if I were to tell you that this right here is a spider? And you're like, what is that? It's a spider. It's a spider right there. It's also a scorpion. Right there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and also right here. This right here is the man in yellow's eye. Right there. That's the man in yellow's eye right there. See? Y'all see that? It's hidden. It's a hidden eye in the background. Yeah. It's an eye. The man in yellow is everywhere watching you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Really weird ideas about it and weird attitudes towards it and stuff like that. I sort of feel like I need to defend it in a way, you know, or just try to clarify for people what it is they're watching, because so many of the people who are actively following the show don't seem to understand what they're watching, you know, and it drives me crazy because it's like, how can you not get this stuff?
Right. How can you not get that it's the man in yellow's eye right there? Okay, so Captain Shriver says looks like a Borg drone. Yeah, it's a Borg drone right there. Did y'all not see that? Star Trek is in the show right there. Right there. How do you not get it? How can you miss that? It's right there. Right there. How do you miss it? You see right here? This is the music box monster right here. How do you miss that? It's right there. Right there. Yeah. Yeah. Clear as day. Locutus of the Borg. Yeah, right there. That is the Borg's hand right there. How do you not get this? Right there. Yeah. Just you go back and look for it. It's right there. Once you see it, you'll see it all the time. Yeah, right there. You go look for it. You find it. And when you find it, let me know. If you can't find it, keep looking. It's right there. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, Elgin's eye is right here. Right there. Yeah, that's Elgin's eye right there. His eye can story walk. Yeah. 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 No. Look, Captain Shriver is saying he loves his channel. I'm dead serious. This is Elgin's eye story walking right here. You need to believe me. You know what? You go back and look for Elgin's eye. If you don't see it, you keep looking for it. When you see it, let me know. But you look for it. It's right there. Right there. I don't see how you all missed that. See? Right? Okay, right there. Right there. You see? There's the kimono woman right there. How do you miss the kimono woman right there? And look, right here. This is one of the monsters. During the day, right there. Duh. How do you not miss this? I mean, how do you miss this? Duh. You know what? Y'all not paying attention. Right there. It's right there. No. It is okay. It is Bigfoot. Hold on. It is Bigfoot. It's right there. Let me show you. Let me make this smaller so y'all can see Bigfoot. See? Right there. Bigfoot. It's moving alongside Sarah right there. How do you not get that? Bigfoot's right there. And then here's Littlefoot right there. Bigfoot's other foot. So there's Bigfoot and there's Littlefoot. And then right here is a Yeti. They're like moving with Sarah like they're going to attack her, but they changed their mind. How do you not see this? This is crazy. How do you not see this? So Michael Sullivan made it. We were just asking, well, not really asking about you. We were just talking about you, Mike, if he's in the chat. No, he's not. So I thought he was in the chat. I heard someone say Michael Sullivan. Maybe Mike. You know what? That's Michael Sullivan right there in the shot. He's right there. Mike is right there in the shot, right here. This is Michael Sullivan right here. Y'all not see him? He's right there. How do you miss him? He's right there. It's right there. Wow. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna repeat it, but Adventurous Exile, go to the corner. Go to the corner. Just go to the corner. So Adventurous Exile says, I was worried when Victor said 4 inches. Wow. And then the rest of the comment. No. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. See, yeah, go to the corner. Adventurous Exile, go to the corner. Yeah, go to the corner. You know what? We're going to, instead of having you go to the corner on timeout, you're going to just, that's your new desk. Your desk is just going to be in the corner going forward. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You know what? And I forgot that you're a channel member on Parkland Media, so you should have a mod stick. And you've just been added as a moderator, and you're in the corner. So yeah, if you're a channel member on Parkland Media, you'll be a mod over here as well. So Adventurous Exile, not only have you just become a moderator, but you're in the corner. Adventurous Exile says, I accept your generous offer. There is no offer. It is an order for you to go into the corner. Yeah. Fatima is telling you to stop. So stop transforming into a monster. Yeah. Who is going in the box? Right now, it seems Adventurous Exile might be going into the box. And Victor at that. Victor, out of all the... Okay, I could see if you said Ellis, maybe Boyd, you're talking about like that. But Victor? Really? Victor? And you know what? Okay, here's what is crazy. So that joke, it is what it is. But Victor, who we see as basically a teddy bear in a grown person's body, is saying that to Ethan, a teddy bear. That is how bad that joke is. That's how bad that joke is. Adventurous Exile. That is Epstein level jokes that you just pulled onto the chat. Wow, wow, wow.
You can't save them all.
You can't. We just went through looking for this very small insect to say it's a spider to save this other content creator's video, which I didn't finish because I'm like, what are we doing? You keep saying the spiders and webs in the background. We don't see nothing. We finally see something. We can barely see it. Then it's Martin is whoever has a bad hairline or a missing hairline. Then there's some type of virtual reality on a disco ball. Then some type of computer simulation on RV windshields. What else have we done today? Then I think that's everything. That's how bad this stream has gone. This stream went from the tunnels all the way to hell. So if your hairline is not like right in the middle of your forehead, you're Martin. You're Martin. And disco balls now have people with lab coats on them. There's people in the show. You see them in real life. They're not supposed to be in real life. Then you have spider insects you can't see, but they're there. You can't, they're all blurry, but they're there. Then we got Bigfoot everywhere. We got the kimono woman. We got the music box monster. They're just, you can't see them either. You know, they're basically John Cena. You can't see the spiders. You can't see the spider webs. They're there. You can't see me. We are John Cena. We are John Cena with spiders and spider webs. That's how bad it is. Yeah. Well, Captain Shriver, this might be the wrong time because right now we're in shambles. We're in shambles right now. Right now we're in shambles. We are in shambles right now.
The shock value of seeing that just must have been huge.
Yeah, we're We're in shambles right now. This is not. If we're trying to help people go home, maybe you should stay in Fromville. The real world is looking crazy. The real world is looking crazy. So while we're in shambles, picking ourselves up, trying to get our minds right, at least like the stream.
If you haven't done so, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like the stream, fam. That helps with the algo. And welcome all. Don't forget to like, sub, and share. Thank you.
All right, so Adventurous Exile, this is for you. I already know this is how you're thinking.
I probably will never do anything like it again.
I mean, it's all good, but we're in shambles. All right, so the poll, after 21 votes, did House of Mystics use enough R's? 71% says no. So there was at least like 40 R's. So now, wait, 41? That's what we're doing? Wow. Wow. So Captain Shriver says, why did Tabitha say that Jim used to call Ethan the little professor? Nothing in Fromville that is said is considered useless information. Well, I don't know. Maybe because Ethan's inquisitive, ask a lot of questions. That what my guess would be, is that he's inquisitive, asks a lot of questions, and he's really smart. That's what my guess would be. But I mean, maybe later on in the series, or later on in season 4 or season 5, maybe Ethan will grow up to be a professor or something. But yeah. So Captain Shriver, I think no one's talked about it because there's just not a lot of information there to kind of hold on to connect a dot to another point. Because when you think about it, okay, let's say there's a line of Sarah said Nathan had like rescued her. Now you could say rescued her from this or that. There's not enough to go on to actually flesh out what Sarah was meaning by saying that Nathan rescued her. Now you could say maybe an abusive relationship, maybe she committed a crime. You can maybe all day, but there's not enough to present that you could say, well, I think it's going in this direction or that direction. It's going to end up being like that woman's video that we just listened to, where she said there's spiders and webs and stuff in the background, and she didn't show anything. It's just, it's just not enough to go on. And I guess nobody really wants to do any fan fiction as far as that. Now, most from theory videos and videos in general, it's fan fiction. That's the reason why I say there's no wrong answer or bad answer, because sometimes people might be pontificating and it's fan fiction, and it's just like, okay, if people like the video, more power to you. So Captain says, for now, it's speculation and theory. Yeah. Nothing wrong with speculation and theory and fan fiction and doing all that, but So MG Merkin says Sarah seemed to be in some kind of bad situation. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be abusive family, cult, child abuse. It could be right. You need more information to kind of flesh it out, or you can just speculate, do a rumor mill, and maybe even go into fan fiction. So Captain says there is zero precedence to go on when it comes to this type of show. It is unique. It is. But they do give enough to... So there's certain things that give enough to have a conversation about. Let me show you. So tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream on Parkland Media. We may redirect over here, not really sure. But so tomorrow you're going to probably hear the same thing that I'm going to show you today. And this is about Miranda. So I did a live stream and the conversation was about Miranda driving Christopher's vehicle. So this is the AMC Hornet. There's a 4-door, and then there's the 4-door sedan, and then there's the 2-door coupe. All right, so with Miranda's vehicle that she's driving in the flashback, when Tabitha looks inside of Miranda's vehicle, you see the inside of the Hornet that Miranda's driving, and people have said that they believe that one of these two women on the right is Sophia. I think this is when Miranda first drives into the township, and I'll play the actual video. I think this is when Miranda drives into the township and she looks shocked because she keeps driving into the township, and we see that this is the gas station, which is basically the entrance when you come into the township. So Miranda may be thinking, I can't find the highway, what's going on? And these two girls or women have maybe positioned themselves at the gas station to be the greeting party. Because I imagine that every time someone comes into the township, they drive from the entrance, which is where the barn is, and the gas station on the right. They drive out where the church is on the right, and then they loop back around. And after you do it a couple of times, a greeting party may go to where the gas station or barn is, and they let you know, yeah, you can't leave. You're stuck, and these two girls may be the greeting party back then. Now, this AMC Hornet is the same thing as this AMC Hornet. So what I'm thinking is that Christopher's vehicle in the main timeline is a 2-door AMC Hornet coupe. What Miranda is driving is a 4-door AMC Hornet sedan. Back in the 80s, all the way to like the 1900s and before that, when automakers made vehicles, they made a sedan version and they made a coupe version. It's not until like the 90s and 2000s, all the way till now, where an automaker will make completely two different types of vehicles, whereas one will be a sedan and one will be a coupe. So for example, I have a Kia K5, which is a sedan, which is a 4-door sedan. There's a coupe version known as a K4, which is 2-door. There's also a 4-door version. What separates a coupe from a sedan is just the square footage inside the vehicle. It would make sense for Miranda to be in a 4-door sedan AMC Hornet because she has a family. And this is the inside of the, and let me move this over. So this is the inside of a 4-door sedan AMC Hornet. It looks like it's a sports car or a quote unquote muscle car, but in actuality, It's just the 4-door version of the 2-door coupe that came out as a 2-door version right here. So what I'm thinking is that in the timeline that Tabitha's thinking about when she was Miranda came in a different year of vehicle than she did in the main timeline. If you all remember, I made a thumbnail where there was a vehicle when Ethan. Actually, let me just pull it up. I got it right here. So when Ethan and Julie came into the township, there were 2 vehicles in the very front. Just hear me out. Separate video, separate channel. There was 2 different vehicles when Victor went or emerged from the root cellar, and a different vehicle when Julie was in the middle of the street during the massacre when she story walked. These, even though they look different, these are the same vehicle, just different years. So same make and model, different years, which I think means different timelines, different townships. All right, so taking this down, it's the same way with Miranda. Christopher drove in with an AMC Hornet that's a 2-door coupe. Miranda drove in to town in an AMC Hornet in a 4-door coupe. I think in the main timeline, she drove in I think it's a station wagon from what it looks like. However, okay, so this is Miranda driving into the township. Let's see. So this up top is the unedited video, so you can see what I believe is the greeting party. I do not believe either one of these is Sophia. And then this is the edited version where you can see the inside or the interior of the AMC Hornet better than you can with the original edited footage. So when pushing play, this just shows her coming into town. And she's, you know that she's going into town because you can see the barn right here. That's the barn. And the look on her face is like, what's going on? Because I keep trying to drive out of this town, but I can't seem to do it. And I think that's the reason why she's now, now when she passes the barn and she goes to the gas station, there's these 2 girls out there. They're the greeting party that are, in my opinion, that are going to do the same thing to Miranda that Father Kotri did with Boyd and the Stevens to say, hey, this is your home now. Same thing with Boyd having a conversation with Jim and Ethan in the RV, and also Donna and Colony House having the conversation with Tabitha and Julie, like, this is your home now, you can't leave. And I think that's what this is. Just back then, it was just 2 girls, and this is when Miranda first came into the township. So this is Tabitha looking inside the vehicle, and let's see. Okay, so this, I'm thinking this was a station wagon, but I think based off of what I found online, this may be an AMC Hornet. But I doubt it though. I think what's going on is that maybe in a different timeline, Miranda Yeah, this definitely looks like a station wagon. So I think in a different timeline, Miranda came into the township in the Hornet, and she may even have been a single woman. So this is Miranda, right? This is Miranda with the light on her. Look at her hair. She's in a what I believe is a 4-door AMC Hornet coupe. I'm sorry, not coupe, sedan. Maybe have her kids in the back. But when you look at Miranda on a flashback hugging Victor. Okay, I thought I had that. Okay, right here. And, you know, you could say, well, maybe Miranda dyed her hair and the dye came out while being in the township. I could accept that. But that's Miranda. And this is Victor and Tabitha below. They're passing Miranda's vehicle, and they're going, you see how Victor touches it? So Victor's touching Miranda's vehicle. And now they're going to Christopher's vehicle. Now look at the difference between Miranda's dark hair and her kind of like sandy brown hair. So here's what I believe. And you know, you all can let me know if you dye your hair. I've never dyed my hair before. If you dye your hair, can the dye just go out because of the sun, because of sweat, because of just simply washing your hair? So Miss Wit LS says, what is the crazy reason we are focusing so much on the cars? So there's a rumor going around that Miranda arrived in Christopher's vehicle. And so I've presented that Miranda arrived in Miranda's vehicle. It's just a different year than the vehicle she arrived in, or it's possible that in this alternate timeline right here, Miranda arrived in a AMC Hornet 4-door coupe a different year than the vehicle that she arrived in the main timeline, and that Tabitha may be remembering a Miranda that's different than the main timeline's Miranda. Because Tabitha and the Matthews could be coming from a different timeline from. And that may be the reason why Julie can story walk and can go to different timelines, because she could be coming from a different timeline into from, and from may be a connection of all timelines together or something. So Raw 7388 says, if you rinse your hair with a semi-permanent, is a rinse. Or I guess it will come out. So Amanda says maybe Miranda drove Christopher's car while in Fromville for some reason, driving around. Maybe her car wasn't working. Well, think about it. Why would Miranda be driving around Fromville and every time you drive, you do a U-turn and come right back inside? So when you first arrive to Fromville, you're making the loop several times. You're making the loop several times. So once you realize you can't leave, you're now on foot. There really isn't a reason to drive unless you're transporting someone from one place to another. But the way Miranda is looking, she's looking confused. So it's not like she's on a mission. She's looking confused, as if this is her first time coming into the township and she doesn't know what's going on. Besides, if Miranda's driving Christopher's vehicle, why wouldn't Christopher be in Christopher's vehicle? So when, let's say we close this down and we just play it, there's just no logical explanation for Miranda to be in Christopher's vehicle when you can't leave the township. And if they're trying to transport someone somewhere, they would use the road that connects Colony House to the town to drive someone from, let's say, the town to Colony House. But in this in this video, she's not driving from Colony House to town. It looks like she's driving into the township, because we see the barn right there. We see the barn, and she's driving. She passes the barn, and she goes to the gas station. And I think this is the greeting party. And that's why they're standing right there, smiling, to greet Miranda. And Miranda's been making this loop several times, which is why she could be looking confused, as far as, in my opinion. We've seen different shots of Miranda's face. We know her different facial expressions. And here she looks confused. She looks like she doesn't understand, which is confused. So Miss Win LS says this is her before she has been there for a while. In the cellar, she's been there for a while. Exactly. I think this is when Miranda first came into the township, and that's why we see the barn on her right. Because when you first enter into the township, the barn's on your right, and then followed by the gas station, which we see when she goes and she's going around the bend that is right there by the barn. So I think this is the greeting party and not Sophia or anything nefarious. Like, they're here to tell her, hey, you're stuck. You can't leave. So because she's in an AMC Hornet, I think that in a different timeline, that not only is Tabitha from a different timeline, but this Miranda is from a different timeline. And she came in an AMC Hornet, a 4-door sedan, and perhaps Christopher came in a Hornet as well. And here's why I say that. So in America, there's different vehicles that have been extremely popular as far as what's been sold. So one example is a Chevy Impala is a very popular American vehicle. They make them in 2-door sport models, which is now called compact, and they've made them in 4-door sedan models, which is now called midsize. So with that being said, it would make sense for, let's say, a single man who wants to be cool and stuff, to be in a 2-door compact Chevy Impala, but then a mom and a wife would pick a 4-door sedan Chevy Impala because she has a family, because she has kids. So both Miranda and Christopher could have came in an AMC Hornet. It's just that Miranda's version would look just like this on the inside, because the inside of the vehicle is standard back then in the late 70s, early 80s, when it came to sport models, which were 2-door, as compared to a sedan, which was 4-door. So that's the reason why it looks like she's in a sports car, because the inside was designed to appeal to people who wanted to be hip and young and also have a family. But I doubt that. I mean, it is possible that this vehicle could also be an AMC Hornet, a 4-door sedan version of what Christopher had as a 2-door coupe. Let me show you. So, and I'll post a link in the chat if you want to look, but okay, so this is, no, wrong. Do you all need to see a 2-door Chevy Impala compared to a 4-door Chevy Impala to get the example? If not, I'll just go to the AMC. But let me know, because some people might be like, I don't really believe it. I've only known a Chevy Impala to look like Dean Winchester's vehicle on Supernatural, and my response would be, they have a cool version that Dean Winchester drives, and they also have a 4-door version. Okay, so here's, okay. So let me show y'all this. So this is how Miranda could come in a AFC Hornet that looks cool on the inside, but it's designed for a family. So this is the AMC Hornet. There is the 4-door. Now, look at Miranda's car and look at this. You might be thinking, nah, it ain't the same thing. They had different years and different make and models to where it did look like this on the outside. So Mita saying switched cars, maybe Christopher was hurt or drunk. Well, okay. I mean, think about it. Why y'all realize that from you can't leave. You can't drive and leave. You're stuck in the township. So it's not like if Miranda is going through the loop and looking like she just entered into the township, if Christopher's hurt and he's in the back seat, her kids would be in the front seat. Okay, so this is the AMC Hornet 4-door sedan. It looks similar to what Miranda's driving on the show, or Miranda's vehicle. That's a side profile. It looks very similar to Miranda's vehicle. Now you might say, but Miranda's vehicle looks like a Volkswagen. It does. But that's just the style that it was back then. Because different years, they basically had like tweaked the different styles. But Miranda and Christopher may have both driven AMC Hornets. It's just that Christopher's was a 2-door coupe, allegedly, maybe, all a theory. Miranda's could have been a 4-door that looked like that. But this is how it looks when it's not in a junkyard. And this is the Hornet right here. And then when you scroll down, does this interior look familiar? Does this interior look familiar? Does it look familiar? It looks somewhat familiar, does it not? Miranda is driving a Hornet, an AMC Hornet. This is the inside of an AMC Hornet right here. So she was driving her own vehicle, but this is leather compared to the cloth that Tabitha was looking in. So it could be that, just like with the photo that I showed that had the different thumbnail, that had the different vehicles, it could be that Miranda's been driving her own vehicle the whole time. It's just that one timeline, it's a newer vehicle. Another timeline, it's an older vehicle. Just like with this example, when Victor emerged from the root cellar, and the other episode when Julie was walking in the township. It may be same vehicle, same make and model, just different years. So I think that's what's going on with Miranda. It's not that she's driving Christopher's vehicle. She's just driving a different year of the same make and model. And that's the reason why her interior looks like this and looks like this. But the one that Tabitha looks in has cloth interior. So this whole stream, really this whole week has been me seeing stuff in the comment section and saying, okay, let me make a video responding to it to say if it's true or false, if it's spot on or not, make heads or tails of the situation. So this is, no one in this live stream has mentioned it, but other people have been saying, some other content creator or some other post or something, or someone somewhere said that Miranda was driving Christopher's vehicle. And I'm here to say that Miranda was driving Miranda's vehicle. A married woman in the late 70s, early 80s was not driving another man's vehicle who was not her husband. And this is the back of it, and it looks like the back of Christopher's car. When they pop the trunk, and it's Eloise's picture is in the back of it. Let me see, this it? No. It's Christopher's car. Okay, right here. So you all see, well, you can't see right from this angle. All right, so this is the back of the AMC Hornet. Okay, you see AMC and you see Hornet right there. The vehicle that is a 4-door sedan AMC Hornet, it looks just like the back of Christopher's 2-door coupe AMC Hornet. They both may have been driving the same vehicle just different years in both timelines. The same way how perhaps Tabitha was making the same bracelet throughout different cycles, Christopher and Miranda may have had the same taste when it came to vehicle. It's just that Christopher was in a two-door AMC Hornet, whereas in this timeline, the main timeline, but then in the other timeline, Miranda may have been in a four-door sedan AMC Hornet. Yep, and that's it. So Miranda was not driving Christopher's vehicle. Miranda was driving two different years of the same vehicle. And that's why it looks like that. I think they showed us the shot of Tabitha looking inside of Tabitha looking inside of Miranda's vehicle, and then we see a different vehicle that Miranda's driving. I think they did that to show different timelines. So this is Miranda's vehicle in the main timeline. Cloth interior, different door handle, different steering wheel. This is Miranda's vehicle. Same make, model, different year. All right, so Robert says we need to see front, back, and side too. So they give us everything but really we get the back of Christopher's vehicle, but not up close. We get the front of Christopher's vehicle, but as far as Miranda in this version of the AMC Hornet, we only get the inside. So I had to do a lot of digging to find this, but I was like, wait a minute. It says Hornet. I saw the AMC Hornet. I'm like, oh, okay. Her and Christopher have the same AMC Hornet, just different years. And then also Miranda's vehicle in the main timeline looks like an AMC Hornet. It's just that they don't really give us front and back shots of all three vehicles to really compare. But we can kind of make a composite guess by what they do provide. And so as far as the RV having different interior and exterior shots, that may be for like production purposes, but for the big difference between the cloth interior of Miranda's vehicle in the main timeline, different doorknob, different gear shaft, all these differences, and then you go to Miranda's vehicle. So someone asked, how do we know this is Miranda's vehicle? And Victor was sitting on top of it. So this is definitely Miranda's vehicle in the main timeline. So I think that Victor is from the main timeline, whereas Tabitha and the rest of the Matthews are from a different timeline. So you can see differences. Did I have a shot next to each other as far as no, so I don't. So okay, so I'll just okay, so this is Miranda vehicle up top, and then I'll just pull up a separate picture for the vehicle that Tabitha was looking at and have it side by side so you all can see the differences. You know, maybe easier to do it like this. Okay, right here. So maybe easier to compare and contrast like this. All right. So I did this, I think day before yesterday on the Parkland Media channel, but we'll do it here. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow as well. So you all are pretty much getting the preview of what I'm going to end up doing tomorrow for that live stream on Parkland Media. So cloth material, leather, cloth material. People mention the ties. I'll only include things that's organic to the vehicle to make it simplistic and easier to understand. You got the knob here is different than the knob there. You have different doorknob. Steering wheel type is different as far as these brackets that connect the horn to the steering wheel. They're different. This is this is not like a upgrade or anything. This is just a different year than the vehicle that Tabitha's looking into. Okay, so right now this conversation about what's going on Discord. So Puffy Summer says it could be if Christopher stuck in Fromville, but she got out of the... Okay, so if Christopher drove into Fromville in his vehicle and Miranda drove into Fromville in her vehicle, if she got out by the lighthouse... Both their vehicles are in the township. If Miranda made it out of the lighthouse and went back to the real world, she did not have any communication to Henry unless it's a different timeline. And then when she, to come back into Fromville, she wouldn't be in her vehicle or Christopher's vehicles if both vehicles are in the township. I imagine that if Miranda was pushed out of the lighthouse, like Tabitha, Miranda would have had to have came back in, perhaps driving Henry's vehicle or a different vehicle. So that means, let's say if this is Miranda going into the township for the second time, then she wouldn't be looking confused. She'd be looking like, okay, I'm back. But she looks confused. Remember when Tabitha went back into the township in the ambulance? Tabitha was like expert as to what to do and where to go and all that. This looks like this is your first rodeo in the township, not you're returning. So Robert Miller says Jasper made those car payments, not Christopher. Yikes! Oh man.
Yikes.
All right, y'all. We've been on here 3 strong hours, and you know what? I've enjoyed every minute of it. Yeah, am I giving out the wrong Discord invite link? If so, I know Amanda can post in the Discord. So I don't know. There's Yeah, Adventure Exile. You can come out of the you can come out the corner now. You can come out the corner. So I don't know if I'm think I'm posting the right links. There's like 2 different ones. Okay. So someone's going to join the channel tomorrow. I saw an email conversation about a panel. Not tonight, because we've been on here a long time. And really, this live stream has been just basically us just cracking jokes and not really being serious. So I don't know. Next time I'm going to do a panel show or panel thing, because most of the time what we've done instead of a panel has been like a chit chat. And because the Discord, it has motion, I haven't really just thought about doing a panel or anything. So we'll see as far as that. Okay, so Amanda says it should be one link. Okay. So yeah, so I'm planning on, when did I say I was going to do a live stream tomorrow? Don't be surprised if I send another email tomorrow and I'm like, hey, I'm going to do it at a different time. Okay, so impromptu live stream, that was today, the 11th. Okay, I said one for the 12th. Amanda put it in the Discord. Okay, I said 2 p.m. Okay, so as of right now, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I may move that one to the right. We'll see. Just depends on how I feel, y'all. Just depends on how I feel. Okay, so I got the emails about the panel. Not today. Thank you for keeping me anonymous. You're welcome. Yeah, so yeah, I think as of right now, we're good to go. So to give an answer as far as the panel, basically, you got to just keep coming every time we live over here. It'll be a panel eventually when we're being serious and not being silly. All right, so Adventurous Exile is out of the corner. It says, also, will you be streaming as Martin or Spade? I will be both. Based off of the theory today, hairline goes back, you are Martin. So hopefully that answers that question. We are basically all Martin, unless your hairline's in the middle of your forehead, I guess. I don't know. Episode title being If a Tree Falls in the Forest. I think that's episode 10. So the creepy ghost monster colonial lady. I don't know. Maybe it may be maybe a previous version of Tabitha. Who knows? Yeah, so as far as could it be one of the original townspeople that sacrificed the teddy bears? I mean, all of them are monsters. So I think this one might be a previous version of Tabitha, just like we saw a previous version of Jade, who was the colonial person. Yeah, so if you don't see the link, send me your email address, and I will send an invite, and we'll figure it out. And it's so Discord link is gone. I'll just unpin that. So my email is screenlearningcontent@gmail.com. All right, screenlearningcontent@gmail.com. It's been pinned to the chat. Y'all, it's almost been 4 hours. I'm about to get off here. Thank you all for joining me. Hopefully I see you in the Discord Or if not, see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time Zone on Parkland Media YouTube channel. And I basically am going to be doing a live stream over what I just said here. So if you miss it, oh well. Oh well. So there it is. All right. So we're going to go out on a good note. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I am out. Thank you, everybody, for being a good sport, including those who may be a content creator who are like, hey, I had a really good spider thing going, and then you ruined it, Spade Parkland. I apologize. All right. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and we are out. Peace.